Welcome back to another video. This is a Kia Soul. Customer complaint on this one is that the brake pedal sinks all the way to the floor, as well as they requested to have their rear pads and rotors replaced. So to make it quick for you, if your vehicle has a low pedal, first thing you should check is your brake fluid reservoir, which on most vehicles, it's gonna be in the top right corner of the engine bay. This is the reservoir right here. It's low now because I bled the fronts already and I started the video too late, but make sure it's always full. If you notice that your brake fluid level is low, you are running into the potential opportunity of allowing air pockets into your brake lines, hence why your brake pedal is low. But it also could be that the fact that you've got low pads, because when you have low pads, the caliper piston slides out and it requires more fluid in there. So when you recoil that caliper piston back in, it actually brings the level back to the top. So whenever you're doing brakes, always remove the cap off there to release pressure off, makes it easier for you. But basically what I did with this one, there's tools you can use to have a one-person brake, but if you're gonna bleed brakes by yourself, with a partner, someone's inside the vehicle, step on the brake pedal 3 times with a pump, push and hold it down. There's gonna be a brake bleeder screw on there. On calipers, it's on every single caliper. That's the brake bleeder screw there. Normally they're a 10 mil. Once you got that 10 mil, crack it loose, out it comes, and then you seal it back up. After you've cranked it tight again, then you tell your person inside to pump it again for 3 times. Repeat that process 3 to 4 times. If you're here for the video of how to do brakes on the back end of a Kia Soul, very simple, okay? All you need is a 21 mil socket for the nuts and a 14 for the caliper bolt, which is right here, which is now right here. This is your caliper bolt here. And then if you're doing rotors and you need to take the caliper off completely, that's your caliper bracket. That is also a 14. You're gonna have a Phillips screw head right here and here. They like to seize in place. Do yourself a favor, put a Phillips screwdriver on it, like so, and then smack it in the back right here with a hammer. Strike it good, so then it actually releases all the rust or anything that is in there that's holding it back. I always do this first to make sure that how this job's gonna go, is it gonna be brutal or not. Anyways, they crack loose. You can see all the frost here because it's negative 26 right now. Yeah, so basically take that off, then this thing comes off. Make sure your e-brake is down, as it's a manual one here. And then I'm doing pads and rotors on this one, so I've also loosened the caliper bolt here. So you got one here, and then same thing on the bottom side there. Okay, once you've got those off, caliper comes off, caliper bracket comes off, replace the rotor, new rotor goes on, and then repeat the process in reverse. Okay, I'll show you how to do that after. All right, we've removed the rotor off of the back here, and now we're gonna put our new one on here. I'm using the Brembo rotors just because they are the best for the price point and also for the customer for how long they last. When you're putting this on, make sure you pay attention to the holes here for your screws. So as you can see on there, on your when you remove your rotor, on your hub assembly, you'll see the pre-drilled and threaded in there and there. So you wanna make sure you slap it in like that. Old hardware, screw it. New hardware. Okay, very easy, very straightforward. Phillips head, put it in, screw it in, tighten it down. Okay, and just tighten it up. Okay, also what I'm doing is on your caliper head, this is what your caliper looks like. Oh, difficulty. This is what your caliper looks like with the pads on. Now, this one here it's a little premature for the pads, but they are aware of that. I'm going to be using, again, Brembos, okay? Brembo brake pads, okay? Just pop them off, make sure you put these pins back on and pay attention to how they are laid out, because that's exactly how you're going to be putting it back on. And then, gotta love living in areas where it's negative 20 and colder. Keep watching. Normally I don't care to show anybody how the unboxing of materials, but this is the first time I've ever opened a Brembo box and it actually looks like this. So I just thought I'd quickly spend 20 seconds showing you. Check this out. This is why Brembo is good. You got your grease, sticker, cool, sure, if you want to use it. Shims, but look at how these pads are wrapped. The ultimate care of this, right? Not bad. Don't forget that these calipers are not compressed ones in. You can't use like a C-clamp or anything to push the piston back in. These ones are actually a spin one, so you have to use a set something like this. in order to spin the piston back inside. And that is that side. So you got the new rotor on there. Make sure you tighten the Phillips head and the Phillips head there. And you've got your brake pads and everything on there nice and looking good. Make sure you've got those clips that are there. If your pad set comes with them, use them. If not, recycle the old ones as long as they're safe. A little greasy back there because I already bled the caliper. 14 mil bolt, same thing on the downside there too. Make sure they are all tight and good. And then I always put like a silicone sealant on the back of there just to help with squeaky and stuff like that. So feel free to do the same, but that's basically it. And that's how you do it.